This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through this 2021 Flagstaff E-Pro Model 19BH. Alright, so here we are at the door side rear. Of course you've got scissor type stabilizers that take a 3/4 inch crank or a 3/4 inch socket on a drill. This down here is your LP quick connect fitting. So to hook your griddle to the LP system, you got to connect the hose from there to your griddle, and then it hangs right here. All right. This is the vent for your range hood. So when you're venting to the outside using the fan, you always want to open this up so it flaps freely like that, so it vents to the outside. Otherwise, when you're traveling or storage, you keep it shut like that. Okay. So it won't vent properly unless you open it. That's important. Also, you've got a power awning with an LED strip, of course. Your steps fold into the trailer. You can adjust the length of the legs to the terrain by just pushing up on this lever right there, and you can slide them up and down. Okay. This is just in case you wanted to purchase a solar panel that would charge your battery. So this one's made by Go Power. That's their plug, you know. So you might have to adapt if you use a different brand. This is your excuse me. This is your hitch. We'll show you how this operates when you come to pick it up. Keep in mind that this is a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. So it's a good hitch, and it'll last forever. This is the grill rack right here. That is that table, that metal thing there is a table that hangs next to the grill, so you know what that is. We'll open the other side too, but that's your dump hose and some other stuff down there. I hope you can. I'm sorry, I know I don't have a detached microphone here, so it's we're having problems with the sound, but that's what I've got to work with right now. So, okay, this is your power tongue jack, of course. Now, if you remove this piece from your bike rack, you can pull this plug and use the 3/4 inch crank and crank it manually if you had to get yourself out of trouble. So you can always get yourself out of trouble. Now, the bike racks, it hangs 2 bicycles, one on each side of the rack. Half of these and half of the other side need to be reversed over to this side when you set it up. So one bike will hang here, one will hang there, okay? You also get an adjustable, or you actually get a second neck here to adjust the position of it. Let me see here. Yeah, it's right here. So if you wanted to use this to adjust it move it forward or backwards, if you got if you need to with the type of tow vehicle you have, you got 3 options of positions to put it in. Okay. This is your LP cord here, or hose, I guess, right there. This is your reducer to reduce from a 30 amp to a 15-20 amp. It's your crank. Stuff should be inside the trailer here. I'll carry this in with us when we go. Okay. So this is your water heater, 6-gallon water heater. The thing to know is this works on gas and electric, but right here there's a switch, if you can see it, hopefully, an on-off switch. You want to turn that on, and it operates the electric heating element that's behind this cover here. So that's where you would turn it on and off. There are also switches inside, I'll show you. But that one is right there. You never, ever turn it on without water in the water heater tank. Okay? That's important because it'll burn it out in just a second. Okay, so I'll show you the switches when we get inside. This is the drain plug right here. Takes an 1 1/16 socket, and it's got an anode rod on the back. Okay, so 2 ways to get water to the trailer. This is a city water hookup right here, which is the most common way. If you don't have city water at the campground you're staying at, you can pre-fill the onboard tank here and carry water with you, and use the onboard pump to pump it. Okay. This one right here is just a antifreeze inlet. So if you do your own winterization, you'll have to educate yourself a bit on that, but that's what that's for. This is an outside shower, of course. You have your dump valves here. You got your gray valve there and your black valve there. Of course, black is toilet water to waste, gray is sink and shower water. Always dump the black first and then use the gray to wash it out. Okay. Then, after you've dumped it, you leave the black tank valve open, and if you put a hose on here at the dump station, turn on the water, it'll flush out your tank, your black tank. It'll clean it up really good. So, it cleans off the sensors. It's a good thing. Okay, you got a 30 amp system with a 30-foot cord. You got an escape door or a bike door, some people call it here. You have this housing tells us that this is pre-wired for a backup camera, so we do sell those if you're interested. It'll allow you to back up and see. You have a monitor that you put on your dashboard, and you can back up. And also, when you're running down the road, you can also leave it on if you choose to. You've got a ladder to get up on the roof, which is a good thing because you want to remember that the manufacturer states that you should inspect the roof every 90 days. So by inspection, you send somebody up there or go up there yourself, look at all the sealant, make sure there's no cracking or separation, number one. Number two, you look at the roofing material, make sure it wasn't damaged by low branches or debris. And then you look at your vent covers also. Everybody who owns a trailer needs to inspect the seals. That's just part of owning it. Not enough people do it, but it's very, very important, okay? All right. Haven't spent any time in this trailer here, but I know the brand very well, so. All right, so you got a swing out TV bracket with a lock, I believe. Yes. So, right here, this is the signal booster for the digital antenna. You can see the green light is on right now. Now you can shut it off if you want, but you won't get a good signal over the air. You can shut it off if you're running cable or satellite, but for the antenna, you want that in the on position. All right. Your radio, you can stream off this USB right here. You can use Bluetooth and hook up wirelessly, and stream from your phone or your tablet. You got AM, FM radio. You've got 2 speaker zones, I think. Yeah, I guess maybe not. But anyways, this is the first time I've seen this radio, so I'm looking as we go here. I don't see the zone switch, so... Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, 1 and 2. So 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is the outside the trailer. Okay. And also this HDMI is an HDMI in. So if you wanted to use like a Blu-ray player or something, a portable one, you could plug straight into the system that way. Okay. This is your Wi-Fi Ranger. This button here, this rocker switch, I'm sorry. The Wi-Fi Ranger is a signal booster for public Wi-Fi. It also has a cellular feature that you could look into if you wanted it. You would actually have to pay your carrier like you would with another device. It's something we'd have a monthly pay and all that. But most people don't use that. Most people use the free function to boost public Wi-Fi. So you look at this top line right here. This is what you're called. 6132. So when you're looking in your phone or tablet, you'll find this one right here. It's 6132, and you know that's you, right? So you put the passwords into you and your family's devices, so it'll hook up automatically. Then if you go to this address here at the bottom, it says control panel, it's got an address, punch it into your browser, and it'll take you to the page for the Wi-Fi Ranger. So after you put in the temporary password, which is change me now 6132, after you punch, if you get into the system using that temporary password, you can see everything that the Wi-Fi Ranger sees. So you would pick out the public campground, or the campground Wi-Fi I should say, and put in their password, and you're hooked up. And it's a really good signal booster, has a firewall. And the thing is, the main function people use is the signal booster. It works really good. And you know, when people competing for, you know, underpowered, insecure public Wi-Fi, this is a good thing to have here. So, okay, like I said, there is another function for it, but you can look into that if you choose to. sort of off beat here today. I gotta get a rhythm going here. Okay, so your lights are all right here. All right, your power awning, extend and retract, right here. Right. So you never leave the awning out unattended. Always roll it in when you're not going to be around. You check your levels here. Your battery is charged, fresh, empty, black, empty, gray, empty. Obviously it graduates up in 1/3 increments as it fills. Once you get past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping your gray and black tanks. There's an app for this too. You can see the information right here. Your water pump is here. You use that to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. You also use it to winterize your trailer. Light your water heater on gas and electric. Remember I told you there's a second switch outside for electric. Alright. Never run the water heater without water in it. Right now this trailer is in camping mode. The antifreeze has been flushed out and is filled with water. The water heater, which has bypass valves on the back, is now in camping mode, so it's ready to go. Alright, so this is your range hood I told you about, the vent on the outside. Remember I told you to make sure you open the baffle if you're going to vent. Alright, this is your range here. It's gas, LP. This is the sparker right here. You turn it clockwise. So, you can see right there. Very simple. Now the oven is slightly different. This is the oven knob here all the way to the right. Down here at the bottom all the way to the back is a pilot light. So you can see me sparking it, so you can see where it's at. So what you do is you go to this oven knob all the way to the right here. You go to the picture of the flame, which means pilot light. You depress it. You keep it depressed during the whole lighting procedure, right? So you'll spark this, you'll spark this to light it by turning this clockwise. After this light's down here, you still hold this in for another 10 seconds or so to heat it up. Then you go to operating temperature, and it cycles on and off as an oven does. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light. So you got to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Always travel with your glass top closed. Okay, so now this is for your solar panel. Okay, so let me see if I can get close enough to operate here. There we go. Okay, so right now we're only gaining. This is the sun, and you can see the sun's rays going to the solar panel. We're just getting 0.5 right now. We're in the shade on the side of the building. Let me go here. You got 24 amp hours. Your battery's at 13.5 volts, which is exactly what you want, and it's at 100%. Now I'm going to change this to flooded because you have different batteries. Now there's two batteries on this, right? But they're wired together as one, so they stay at 12 volt. You just double the storage capacity. All right. So let me do this here. I'm going to reset this for you because you're just going to push AGM and hold it, or the button to hold AGM. Now it's flashing. I will go to flooded, which is what it is. That's the correct battery. You only have to do this once, but they just forgot to do this apparently. So there you go. So now it's just telling you what kind of battery you have there. So that's all there is to it. You can charge your, in an emergency, you can use the solar panel to charge your phone, for example, right there. So it's a good thing. Also, the microwave works like any other microwave. Refrigerator is a compressor refrigerator. So it just runs on electricity, no LP gas. But that gives you more room inside, more cubic feet, so it's a good trade-off. This device down here is your power converter. It converts 110 AC to 12 volt DC. Let me open it up for you if I can. So on this side, you have regular 110 AC circuit breakers like you'd see at home, and they're all labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here. And basically, if any of those fuses were to blow, they'll light up and you can see them through this perforation here. Also, when you're plugged in, it's a battery tender. It'll always sense how much energy your battery needs, and it'll if they're low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever they need. If they're topped off or they're charged, it'll just keep, you know, it'll send a couple amps to it to charge it. It'll trickle charge it, so it's smart in that sense. Now this device here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It also tells you if your batteries are low. So it should always be green. If not, get serviced. It's very important. So you get carbon monoxide buildup, it'll go off. LP gas leak, it'll go off. And if it beeps very slowly, it's telling you your battery is low. So I'm going to put it through the self-test so you can hear all those. LP, now carbon monoxide coming up. And low battery. And then back to green, okay? So that's that. If it goes off, obviously you take everybody outside, you shut the gas off, leave the door open, figure out what's going on. Alright, so first of all, you have a 4-speed fan. Always run the fan on low or whatever you want, but low when you're using a shower. These trailers are built super tight. You don't want to create a climate where mold or mildew could grow, so you want to vent. The toilet, which is nice, it's a porcelain toilet, and that's the flush pedal down there. Now if you haven't owned an RV, the rule is you can't use it dry. By dry, I'm talking about the black tank, which is directly below. So the black tank is right down there and it's empty. Now we're not hooked up to water right now, so it's just trickling out, but if we were, it would be swirling out like this, alright, and going down into the black tank. So what you have to do when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water, obviously. You get your toilet chemical, and you come in here, and you'll step on the pedal, and you'll put about a gallon or 2 gallons or whatever you want, at least a gallon of water in the tank and the chemical. Right? You can't run it dry because it'll stink really bad, and also can clog up down there. So you always want to make sure. Let's say you're camping and you have to get your black tank dumped because it's full, but you're going to stay another week. So what you would do after that is you would get your chemical, come in here, step on the pedal, put a gallon of water in it, and the chemical, and you're all set till the next time you dump it. So that's the bottom line there. You got to do that. Now, the thing about your shower, the only thing about it that's different is this thing here. You see, here's the lever here. You can see it. This is the water miser. Now, first of all, I want to tell you, every component to this trailer has its own manual in the packet. Plus, you can go to manufacturers' websites and watch their product videos also. It's a great way to learn. What this is a water recycler, or water circulator. Let me say this. It's a water recirculator. Basically, it sends the water around in a loop while it's heating up. So you don't waste water, for one thing. And you don't waste space in your gray tank by dumping water in there. It doesn't need to be there. So while the water is heating up and working its way through the plumbing to get here, it'll loop through a loop, the water. Once it gets heated up, this will change color. You'll see it dramatically change color, and you'll know that means the water's hot. Then you would move the lever into the normal position, and it'll work like a regular shower. But it's a water recirculator, and it's all about saving water and saving space in your gray tank. Okay? Wow, I had a hard time getting that out, but I think I got it. Okay. So let me go this way. Excuse me. Okay, I'm looking around seeing what I forgot, if anything. Okay, here we are here. So this, I told you about this device here is a power converter. Converter means you're going from AC to DC. Well, you can also invert power. Inverting is going from DC to AC. It's less efficient than converting, but the bottom line is you can take the energy from your battery, which is 12 volt DC, and by turning this on, it will convert it to 110 AC. So it'll only convert while there's enough energy in the batteries to convert it. Also, you have a solar panel, so the solar panel is sending amps to the battery. So it won't be even in the sense that you're not going to, depends on how much electricity you're using, but you're not going to be able to indefinitely invert using that solar panel. It'll just slow down the draining on the battery, so to speak, if you know what I'm saying. It's you're not gaining as much as you're losing or using, okay? But it's still a great thing because this thing will be you can't run the, let's say, the microwave off inversion. You can't run the air conditioner off inversion, but you'll have a one plug that's inverted, and if the refrigerator needs to be, it'll do that too. But I'm not sure. Let me walk over here and see if this is an AC or DC refrigerator. I should have known that. I've never seen this model before. So before they were all gas and 110 AC, but they've been shipping them like this. I don't see a tag anymore. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Well, we'll have to let you know when you pick it up. I'm thinking it's 12 volt, but I can't say it's for sure, and I don't want to give you the wrong information, so we'll let you know that. Okay. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying, you can only invert some things, and you can't do an air conditioner. I mean, you could if you had huge batteries store, right? But with what you have to work with, you're not going to be able to do that, but you will have AC power when you need it. Okay? And always shut it off when you're not using it, because you don't need to be inverting from your battery if you're not going to use it. Okay? Alright, hopefully that made sense to you. Still haven't found my footing yet here. I guess it's too early. Let's see here. There's obviously you have bunks over here. Obviously, your table will fold down onto these cleats, and you use the back cushions and fill it in. You got another bed there, so really you've got a lot of sleeping space. I love these E-Pro trailers. I've been working with Flagstaffs for 10 years or so, and people love these trailers. They're well built, and I'm not a salesman. I'm a mechanic, so I'm just pointing out that, in my opinion, that you made an excellent choice. Okay, so your TV remote, that is your remote for your radio. This is a tire monitor. This thing you're going to have to read up on a bit. It's already been, looks like it's already been programmed. So this only has two wheels on it, right? So you see all these green things here represent wheels, like it's a tractor trailer, so to speak. So when the guy who prepped this program, he only programmed one axle into it. You'll see it when you look at it, which axle it is. So you're going to be able to check the temperature and the pressure on your door side tire and your off door side tire. They have built-in sensors inside the wheels, directly across from the valve stem, and stuck to the inside of the wheel is a sensor that sends that information to this. Now you can get, for your tow vehicle, you can get the type of valve caps that have a sensor for like tire pressure, and you could program it with this if you wanted to. That's something you'd have to go to their website or talk to them. I don't know all the details, but it can be programmed for all different configurations is what I'm saying. Right now, one axle is all that's programmed into it. It has an alarm if it drops 10 pounds in pressure or whatever they have. He has a program for it. It'll send off an alarm to you. If it overheats, it'll do that. So, okay. Some things, I mean, I'm telling you what I can tell you here, and if you don't know and if you haven't done it yet, like I said, the whole packet is filled with this information. Also, you can get a lot of stuff online if you need to refresh your memory. Your thermostat is right here. It's just analog. Make sure it clicks all the way to the left, like that, in order to shut it off. Controls are on your air conditioner. Storage, all the stuff you'd expect. This has a water filter canister in it. So right there, there's a water filter if you want to put it in the canister. If you choose to use it, it's just a carbon block filter. It's a good one though. If you choose to use it, you have to change it every season. You basically, when you winterize in the late fall, early winter, you throw this out, right? And then after you de-winterized in the spring, you'd put a new one in. This is the wrench for the canister. The canister is accessed. I'm trying to think. I'm sure it's back here. I'm trying to remember where the water heater and everything was. So yeah, everything is accessible from the inside of the trailer. You have to bypass the water heater, of course, for example, before you put antifreeze in, because it leaves a really bad taste that won't go away. So all that's done inside the trailer. Okay. So anyways, the rest of, you know, toilet paper roll, towel rack. Most people use portable, you know, toilet paper roll holder because they don't like to put holes in their trailer. Plus, there are metal studs in these walls, but you have to hit them. Otherwise, kids will pull them off the wall. Absolutely, positively. That's the way they're made. Doesn't make them bad. It makes them kids. So, do what you want, but try to hit a stud if you put these on. Okay. All right. So let me see if there's anything else I forgot here. It's been kind of rambling. This is your griddle. I showed you it hangs on the outside there. The rack for it is up front. The hose for it is up front. All right. This is the GFCI for the trailer. So all the plugs are wired through a GFCI. So you reset it here, even the one on the outside. Okay. I think I've covered everything. I'm still looking around here, but I think I've got it all. So, okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. And also I want to remind you that anybody who owns a trailer, no matter what model it is, what make it is, you have to inspect the roof. Once in the spring, once in the middle of summer, once in the fall is an excellent way to do it. You can walk on this roof, just be careful. You don't fall off, be careful, I mean. And check the sealant. This thing's flexed down the road, and it could be years before you have to touch anything up, but you just don't know. That's why you're inspecting it, okay? So make sure you do that too, all right? Thank you very much.